What is poppin'? I've got water with me, so I don't have to get up and get it like I usually do. So, I'm thinking of moving the channel into a new direction. So last week I was kind of like talking about how I was like focused on 3D printing. I'm not 3D printing today, but that's because I'm trying to figure out some things on what to print next. You know, I don't always have to be printing all the time. It's probably for the best that I'm not. But I have printed. Oh, I'll move this so it's easier to. I mean, you can kind of see it if the microphone wasn't in the way. But yeah, so made this LED lightning bolt. Gengar's still here, obviously. Gengar's there. I'll unplug Gengar. Let's not explode anything. Oh wait, no. Gengar was plugged in. It was the one that was plugged in. It wasn't the one that was plugged in. It was the lightning bolt that was plugged in. Right. There's the lightning bolt. Boom. That's a product that I can most likely sell. It's not copyrighted IP like the Pokemon. Let's plug. Oh wait, no. Let's plug that back in. Turn it off, and then unplug it. I mean, you don't have to do that, but it's probably best practice. Plug in Gengar. I'm gonna turn him off for now, cause don't really need him in the background this second. And I think I like this kind of shot a little bit more. It's, yeah. Got the Small Dick Big Dream shirt on. Steezy Kane. He's actually making videos and stuff again. He's live streaming. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's back on YouTube. But yeah, so I'm thinking of turning this channel into more of like a making stuff channel. Because the point of the channel, like I was saying in the last CK show, is more like about things that are going on in my life, right? So I can incorporate storytelling into those videos where I'm making things for my life. Like, for example, I was making some measuring cups, right? I printed some measuring cups. And this was something that I needed, right? Because I didn't have measuring cups. Now I have measuring cups. Now, I'm also probably going to be doing things for like making LED signs for specific things. There's just lots more opportunities, and there's also so many video ideas that you can just come up with. Or like when an issue is occurring, oh, I 3D printed this to fix this issue, right? There's lots of concepts like that, and also it's a good way to have a storyline mixed in with some actual content that people want to see, right? So I think it makes sense, right? Maybe the videos still won't get views, which I don't really care about. I don't care about it. But it kind of makes it into this, like, it's like intermingling what I want the channel to be about and something else that I enjoy doing, which is exactly what this channel should be about. And I could even incorporate like traveling and stuff into those kinds of videos, because I could be away doing something and be like, oh my god, it's come to me. I need to do this right now. I need to make this. How do I fix this? How do I fix that problem? You know, I've tried to make like a routine plan thing. I've got the days of the week, the notes, got the times in there. Mind you, the times are useless because it's more just as like a guide reference of what I should be doing. So yeah, well, like it says on there on Wednesdays, because I go to school from like 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 in the afternoon. So pretty much Wednesdays are a write-off when it comes to time. I have the time after, and I can print something during the day, but I can only print one thing because I can't come back and check on it, which is fine. I've only got 8 weeks left of school anyway. But it also provides me with the opportunity, and like by scheduling it out, everything kind of makes it feel more like I have some kind of plan to do things, you know? Like, rather than just doing what I feel like on a specific day, I now can spread it out over more time. Well, not spread it out. I can plan for what I'm going to do each day, hopefully meaning that I'll end up being more productive. So, like, usually I would film the CK show slightly earlier in the afternoon, but unfortunately today I had like some assignments and stuff that I'm like, okay, I need to get this out of the way now, otherwise I'll just forget about it, which is good. I finished my assessment for this week. It was easy stuff. All of my classes for this semester are kind of a waste of time because I've either studied it previously or it's like foundation courses where it's like they're trying to teach you the foundation of things where you've probably already kind of understand that. I think on average, most people don't need foundation courses, bruv. Turning down, well, bruv, I'm not turning down my video settings. Who do you think you are? No, sorry. Sorry, if it's glitchy, it's because I'm trying to do 1,000 things at once. I have Fusion 360 open. I've been modeling I've been practicing my 3D modeling. I've got a couple projects that I'm gonna try working through. My main thing is that I need to turn the camera on and film things. Otherwise, no video will ever be made. Because if I don't record it, then what am I gonna put in the video, right? Which is I think the main problem with YouTube itself is that I'll do things, right, but I just won't turn the camera on because I'm it's not even a camera shy thing. I think this is why the CK show is good, because it provides me with something that I do every single Friday where I just turn the camera on, right? And it's pretty good for it's like a therapy session because nobody really watches it too much. On average, they get 10 views, right? The people who watch it, that's cool, right? Most of the people who watch it are people who I'm yeah. I'm glad that you like to know what I'm up to, right? And that's the whole point. The CK show is just what I'm up to each week. And the thoughts and things that are going through my mind, right? So this month, I haven't uploaded any other videos besides CK show episodes, which is fine, right? Yes, I made all these goals at the beginning of the year, but I think that the idea of making goals is that you progress towards something that you want to accomplish. And all of those goals that I set at the start of the year, although yes, I have pretty much failed them all, failure is a good thing, right? In order to learn, you must fail. Which is just one of those, it's one of those parts of life where everyone gets too in their heads about. Yes, I failed pretty much every single goal that I started at the start of the year. But I've come up with new goals already, which is the point. If you don't make the new goals, then you just end up returning back to where you were. Which I think is, the CK show actually, is the only thing that helps me kind of realign myself each week, kind of helps me work towards those major goals. And I've still got my long-term goals, which I'm working towards slowly over time anyway. But you have to think, yes, it's good to have these long-term goals, but what are you going to do in the short term? And the CK show really helps me align these short-term goals into things that I actually want to be doing during this time where I'm just working towards a longer-term goal of finding being able to be qualified in something, so I'm not just a useless being that's dole bludging their whole lives. The goal is always to become a productive member of society. It just depends on what actual productivity I want to actually do. Which, yeah, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm at school. This is why I'm learning, right? I'm going to end up becoming a productive member of society at some point, right? That point isn't right now. I mean, technically, I am a productive member of society. I do provide to the economics. That daily monster, bro. Bro, I hate economics. I'm taking 2 economics classes this semester. One of the classes, the assessment has nothing to do with economics, but the class, that's all we're studying. And I'm just what does this have to do with what we're studying? And the assessment criteria is how well do you link these things to things you've learned in class? And I'm the assessment is a job interview. But in class we're learning about economics. Yes, I understand that pretty much everything plays into the wellness of the economy, but we're not discussing price floors and price ceilings in this assessment. That's what we learned in class, but this is not what we're doing in the assessment. I don't know. I think that the education system in Australia is fundamentally flawed. At least the university education system. Can't really speak on the primary school and high school education system since I've been out of primary and high school for 4 years now. Damn, I'm old. Nah, well, it's technically only, 3.5 years. But still, like, the schools just changed so much over time. When I was in primary school, computers didn't exist, right? Well, I mean, they did exist, but we didn't use them in school. And I had a Nokia brick, bro. I played Snake on my phone. Now, all of my younger siblings have, like, iPhones, bro. They have better iPhones than me. I can't even afford the phones they have, bro. But yeah, so, like I was saying, the CK show kind of brings me back into, like, thinking about what I'm planning on doing over the next few weeks, which is a good thing to have. Yes, living in the future can make you depressed, right? But that's not really what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is to live in the present, and you have to expect that you'll live to tomorrow, otherwise you'll just waste everything, right? And like I was saying, in economics, you have to remember that every resource is finite. And so, by even making like that, like, yes, if you live your life by economic principles, you'll probably live really a depressed life. But the goal is to try and manage my resources as efficiently as possible, which is the whole concept of economics. So really, if you try and live your life a little bit more economically, you end up being able to do more things. And I've also been having these, like, thoughts to myself as well. Like, you know, you think of, like, super powerful, rich and wealthy people, like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and you're just kind of, like, looking at them and you're just like, okay, they're saying that, oh yeah, no, I just got a little bit lucky. It's like, shut up, bro. You guys did not get lucky. You put in the hard work. You put in the extra effort, right? I understand the concept of putting in the extra effort because, bro, I sucked at basketball. And I put in that extra effort and I became not bad, right? I wasn't good, but I was not bad. Which is kind of, like, you gotta think, if you put in the hard work, it will pay off in spades when the opportunity comes. And if you're working for an opportunity, right, if you're doing the hard work in order to achieve an opportunity, then the opportunity will come as long as you're still working hard when it happens. And then to capitalize on it, because you've been working hard until that point, you're gonna reap the rewards of the opportunity, right? Like, it's just if you keep fighting, you keep going, you just throw in a couple more punches, bro. You gotta make it. You're gonna make it, my dude. You can do it. It's just you gotta keep fighting. Can't stop the fight, because once you stop the fight, it's the same as quitting. And if that opportunity ever knocks on the door, you're not gonna be able to capitalize on it when the time is right. Like, that makes sense, right? Like, you have to think about things in 3 dimensions. Right? You have to, sometimes you just need to step back and look down on the things that are happening. It's like when you're designing something, right? And you're like, oh damn, this is trash. What do? You have to get rid of it all. You have to start again from scratch. Mind you, you're not actually starting again from scratch. You're starting again with the knowledge that you made from your first failure. And if you stop fighting, then you don't actually learn anything because you just quit. Does that make sense? Like if you give up, then your failures were pointless. But if you keep going, then your failures were the most important things. Like, yes, that's like a thing that's talked about constantly. Like, yes, you make mistakes and you grow. But, like, you need to make failures in order to make things that aren't. Like, look at this shit, bro. This would take me 25 years to ever get working. It's too complicated of, like, a system. It involves too much soldering, which is my weakest ability when it comes to making things like this. Like, I'm better at designing than soldering. It's probably the monster, but whenever I'm sitting there soldering, but also, mind you, it could just be my anxiety because I'm holding something that is 375 degrees while I'm soldering, and my hand is just going like this because it's scared of burning me, and because it's going like shaking so much, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna burn myself. I can't do this, bro. Right? Like, you have to understand, right? The failures are what help you learn. Like, I'm gonna redesign this, so it's actually gonna be worth my time and effort. Because this, yeah, it'll look okay, right? It will look sick if it lit up, right? But it's not worth the effort that it's going to take for it when I could redesign it and I can repurpose these LEDs for something else anyway. Like, I'm thinking of designing something like this, but I can have inside it, I can put some LEDs so the eyeballs will light up. And then I can also print like a custom thing on the top, and I can have a hole leading down which will power the thing there, and I can hide a battery inside it, and then boom, purple LED candle and purple eyes. That'd be sick. And if you guys are interested, in the description of today's video, I have the custom LED light form, right? So click on the custom LED light form, submit your custom LED plan for proposal, and I'll make it for you. I'll give you a quote, right? Before I do anything, I'll give you a quote, and then I will send you my first mock-up design, and you can tell me if you want me what you want me to change, if there's anything that you think, ooh, maybe this can look a little bit nicer. I want it to have curved edges, not sharp edges, things like that. But if you want to get a custom LED sign, link in the description, because I'd enjoy making it. So far, it's been a good hobby, and hopefully, I can be successful with my next video. And I'm going to start making more videos. It's just that sometimes it takes a little bit more effort to get it all set up. Especially since I don't have a camera. Well, I have a camera. I have my laptop camera, which is what is recording right now. I have this camera, and I have this camera, and then I have the GoPro. And then I also have the drone. But the drone is kind of, at the moment, it doesn't serve a purpose because it's cool for getting shots if I'm outside. Yes, it would work for getting shots inside, but the light level in here is a little bit low for it, so its system just goes haywire and then it just explodes and dies. I mean, not really. It does work in here, but it doesn't have a microphone, and I don't have a microphone, and it's really loud. So it's not the best thing for trying to record like vlog type content. Not vlog type content, but like when I'm talking to the camera, I can't be using the drone because it's just going to be too loud. And it doesn't record audio, which is one of the key things that I need. I have 4 different microphones, right? But I don't have like a wireless mic or like one of the DJI wireless mics would probably work with it. But I don't have one of those, and I don't have the money for one. Unless someone is like, here's a DJI mic, I won't be able to get one. But yeah, so I'm going in a new direction. I'm going to start making things and then telling a story while I'm making it. It's probably going to be lots of time-lapsey stuff in there. But I've just been thinking about it so much, and I've just been like, I've come up with a bunch of ideas. I just need to make the videos. And it's probably going to take me a lot longer to make videos than previous times when I've been uploading like almost daily or weekly. I maybe don't hold me to it. I might be able to make a video every 2 weeks. But, it might take me a little bit. It might take me a little bit longer sometimes, depending on the scale of project. I'll be trying to have multiple projects going on at once. But yeah, it'll probably take me 2 to 3 days of filming for each video. Because you gotta think, if I'm gonna be 3D printing stuff as well, it's gonna be taking 6+ hours to print a lot of things. So it's just, and I can't do overnight prints. So sometimes I'll have to strategically line things up so that it can print when there's no one home. Or if it's just me home. Like, yes, I'll probably get pissed off by the sound and not be able to sleep. But it's better to just interrupt my sleep pattern than to interrupt my partner's sleep pattern as well. She probably would not appreciate it if the 3D printer was printing at all hours of the day. But yeah, no, usually I am printing all day. I don't print at night. But I can't, that means that I can't do like a print over like 15 hours. Like, I could start a print at 9:30 in the morning. That's the earliest I can start a print without disturbing the rest patterns and everything of my partner and myself. And then I can print until like 11:30 at night. which is about 13 hours, which is the longest print time I can do. Is that 13 hours? I feel like I'm 14 hours, right? Yeah, 14 hours. But still, you got to think there's preparation time. You got to let it cool down. You got to... But yeah, so theoretically, I can technically do a project every day, but it's just not worth the pain and struggle it'll cause, right? Now, this has been this week's episode of the CK Show. If you wanna watch this video the whole way through, and then go onto the CK Show podcast, right, and watch every single one of the other ones through, please do, and drop a subscribe and a like. I love y'all. Get me that wash time. I'll see you guys in the next episode.